Hey guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com, bringing you weekly videos about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And this one is more along the lines of spiritual and personal growth. But before I get into it, if you like this topic, please hit the like button and subscribe and come back because I do new videos every week. And also, if you're really into all this, I have a whole treasure trove of resources that I created just for you at Krishanti.com. So check it out. And now let's get into it. You know, when you're on the spiritual path and you're working to improve yourself, and you're looking at your relationships and you're looking at the people who hurt you and the things that went wrong, everybody knows that the best thing to do for yourself is to forgive. Not so the other person feels better per se, but so that you are released from the pain that was created and the damage that was done when you were interacting with that person. I want to take that a step further and address the whole concept of bullying, because it's a trigger for me, and I've been bullied both within a family setting and in the workplace, and I know how painful it is and how horrible it can be. Bullies are scary, and when you're in a work environment where you can't escape, this is a matter of life and death, because it's your livelihood. And if you have to leave because you're being bullied, well, then you don't know how else you're going to make money. It's pretty scary. And also, I mean, in any situation, a bullying situation just flat out sucks. My son encountered a little boy who was frankly quite evil. I'm snickering because it sounds so funny to say that, but he was a mean kid, and he started bullying my son. And the minute I found out, he told me, I called the school. And thank God they have an absolute no tolerance policy for bullying. I talked to the principal, and she nipped that in the bud right away. And they're all keeping an eye on that kid, because what he was starting to do was something that will lead to violence down the line. And as I'm talking about it, I'm realizing, like, my consciousness is really, it's kind of sinking in, like, how scary it is. And so to forgive a bully, it's like, oh my God, how do you do that when they're just the most horrible, mean people? But the only way you can release yourself from it is to try, sort of like face it head on and understand why the bully is behaving that way. And by release yourself from it, what I'm talking about, I should have made that clear from the beginning, but what I'm talking about is when you're out of the situation, you're away from that person, and you're looking to heal the damage that was done. Because if you're in that situation, you got to sound all the alarms and get the F out of there, or get away from that person. But unfortunately, in some workplace situations and family situations and other situations, the bully sometimes can be manipulative and turn it around and make it like you're the person, you can't escape. So anyway, this whole topic is about how to heal after you've escaped this person or these people. What I've found to be the most gentle way of dealing with it on my own for myself is looking at that person and trying to understand, and psychically understanding, as I know I do psychic work, I can do that, why they behave that way, what happened to them, what was going on with them to have them be so ugly. And understanding that is like a soothing balm on a scar or on a wound. It like immediately starts to heal. And some people, I will say it, some people just are the kind of people that are just downright evil. Some people delight in torturing other people. Some people grow up in wonderful homes, and there's no reason why they're like that other than that they're mean, or there's some trouble there, psychologically speaking. And I'm saying that and to differentiate that from people who actually have the psychological disorder. So some people are actually ill and don't know how to fix it or cannot. There is no cure. For all of you women who talk to me with my Get 'Em Off Your Mind program, who have dated narcissists and sociopaths and psychopaths even, there's no pill to fix that. They're unfortunately ill. But if you know that, you can say, okay, well, gosh, well, they're sick. I need to understand they're going through life with a sickness that there is no cure for, and release them from my consciousness with compassion and forgiveness for them because they know not what they do. You know what I mean? And then there's the people that if you can understand, okay, they're behaving that way because they're threatened, because they think that you're going to hurt them, or because they were abused as children or abused as adults, or you know what I mean? And even if you don't know, let's say you're watching this and you're interested in psychic development, rad, use that to understand and glean insight into what happened so you can understand that person's path and then release and forgive them. But sorry, sometimes I do this, like I'm talking and I think of something else and then I forget the tangent I was on. But it's just it's such an important topic and so critical to get it. And now I remember. So I'm like blah blah blah, and then it comes back to me. If you're not in the psychic work, but you're working on your personal growth and all of that and your spirituality, sometimes just writing a story, or even if you are doing the psychic stuff and you're not sure about it, write it out. Say, okay, this person acted like this towards me because this and this and this, and create that story. And chances are your intuition will be guiding you in the right direction. You'll hit on some very powerful truths. This is serious work. And I feel for you if you've been injured by a bully. And we need to stop this. And I like the progressiveness that schools are taking, at least my son's school, and hopefully it's improving in the workplace. I have clients who have been in situations with people, and it's very, very unfortunate. Sometimes it helps them to know that the person they're asking about treats other people the same way, and it's not only them, but they're like that with many others because they have a tendency to behave that way. But I hope that helps and that you get the gist of it, because it's easier for you to heal yourself if you can understand the motives behind their actions. And then you can forgive them for that and release it and let it go, and hopefully not have that happen to you again. I do think, as I'm talking about this, I'm about to wrap this up, but I'd like to just say I do think it's still prevalent. And I was talking to a friend recently about this, butting heads with somebody, and in her case, it's just a calling for her to assert her authority and to speak in a way that lets other people understand that she's not here to be pushed around, you know? Some of it's just like standing in your power. But again, the more you're able to understand that, and that's where I believe the psychic work is very healing, because you can look at this and ask, okay, why did this happen to me? What is the significance of this on my path? How can I heal it? How can I grow? And how can I grow into a situation, grow further on my path where this sort of situation never happens? And you can do that, and you can sort of evolve out of those situations. But forgiveness is incredibly therapeutic, very, very healing, understanding why they act the way they act, and then letting go, you know. So I hope that helps, and I think that about sums this up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.